Hey guys, Mitchell King here with EDW Tactical. Today we're just going to be doing a quick tutorial on how to break down a classic pump shotgun and how to properly clean it to ensure that it lasts you a long time. Now you may be saying to yourself, hey Mitchell, I don't have the same shotgun as you, what do I do? Well, to put it simply, most pump shotguns on the market nowadays are going to break down in a similar, if not almost identical fashion to the one I have here. This is an old classic Mossberg pump. It's probably about 25 years old, and even the new 500s still break down the same exact way as the old ones. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. This is just going to be kind of a tutorial and a basics on how to break it down and how to properly clean it. Now we're just going to do a quick close-up of some of the stuff I'm using. This is in no way, shape, or form a advertisement for Hoppe's. This just tends to be the most common, tried and true, and one of the cheapest options as far as cleaning kits and cleaning supplies go for most firearms. Hoppe's is pretty much going to have any brush, any brand, any lubricant, or anything like that for any firearm you're looking for. So for our first product we're using, this is actually one of Hoppe's new products. It's a Hoppe's Elite Gun Cleaner. Apparently it cleans all the way down to the pores of the rifle or shotgun or pistol that you're cleaning. It gets all the carbon, lead, and copper. And it's a huge thing is it's scent free. That's one of the big things about the other Hoppe's brands and even other brands of cleaning supplies is they tend to be really, really fumy and can definitely give you a little buzz. So that's what's nice about this one. The next product we're going to be using is the Hoppe's number 9 gun lubricant. This is just a simplistic lubricating oil, and it really works. It's been tried and true. This has been their brand and formula they've been using for years and years and years, so it definitely works. And lastly, as far as our oils are concerned, we have our Hoppe's number 9 gun bore cleaning oil. This stuff has, again, been around since their founding. It's their tried and true formula. It really does work. I like to use this first, and then I like to use the Elite after, just for the double action and making sure that we definitely get the gun bore clean. Then as far as patches go, I like to use the Hoppe's number 9 again. Patches, these are the number 1205s. They're good here for 12 and 16 gauge, as you can see. The shotgun we're cleaning today is a 12 gauge. But these just are kind of a cotton fiber type material that really get down into the gun bore and really make a difference as far as cleaning it. Then as far as cleaning rods and brushes go, we're going to stick with the Hoppe's theme here. As you can see, these have been used throughout the years. I've had this gun cleaning kit for a couple years now, but it still works great. So starting off, we're going to have our bristle brush here for the bore. It's going to be made of a similar material as to what you would probably clean your grill with in the summer, but it really does work. It gets in there and really gets that hard stuff out and, loosens a lot of the stuff up so you can get in there and clean it out. Next, we're going to have our soft brush. I like to throw some of the Hoppe's number 9 gun bore cleaner on that and just kind of run it down the bore and get it nice and get all the microfiber stuff in there to get out that, easy to clean out stuff. And then we have our little patch adapter here. You're actually going to stick your patch right through that hole there in the middle, and you're going to attach this with this adapter here to our gun rod, which you're then going to clean your gun with. You're going to ram some patches down the bore that'll really bring everything together and get it all clean for you. Now, first things first, we always want to remember our gun safety here. So we're going to want to make sure that the gun is clear. As you can see, no shells in here, no shells in there, no shells underneath. Usually you're just going to hit this little tab here. I don't know if you can see that, this little tab. That'll open the action, and you can just, make sure that the firearm is clear. So now that we made sure the firearm is 100% clear, you're going to want to bring your slide about halfway up so that your receiver kind of looks like this. It's going to go about halfway, and what that's going to do is it's actually going to make it easier to unscrew the barrel. So then what you're going to do is you're going to go right here. There's going to be a little kind of a nut type thing here, and what you're going to do is you're going to unscrew that. See if I can get around here. You're going to unscrew that, and what that's going to do is it's going to loosen the barrel from the tube here, and it's going to pop your barrel off. Now, once you actually have it unscrewed from the tube here, you should just be able to pop your barrel right off with ease. As you can see, this piece here used to be in the receiver, so now you got your barrel completely popped off. So now this is what your shotgun should sort of look like. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. Like I said, you may not be using the same exact shotgun as me, which is perfectly fine, but it's going to look something similar to this. So as you can see, you fully have the barrel off, and you fully have the receiver here with the slide. Now, some shotguns you can take the slide off too. Mine's a little more complicated. I have to pop some pins and things like that to get it off, so I'm not going to take mine off, but I know on like Remington 870s and the newer Mossberg 500s, it's actually a really easy thing to do. So if you know how to do that, go right ahead. If not, it's not really a necessity to clean the receiver and the gun bore, which are the most important things. But to each his own. If you feel like doing that, then it's 100% up to you. Also, I don't remember if I said this shotgun is about 25 years old. It's actually the first shotgun my father ever bought when he was my age, which was about 25 years ago. So it is a little bit more complicated to get the receiver out as well. Like I said, I know on some of the newer Mossbergs and newer Remingtons, you can just easily pull out the receiver. This, again, I have to pop some pins here. So again, I'm not going to be taking the receiver out, but I will show you how to clean a receiver, even if it is still in the gun itself. So now that we have our shotgun all broken down, what we're going to do next is we're going to assemble our cleaning rod. And if you ever need to know which is the end, Hoppe's, I don't know about other brands, but they kind of create some divots here in the end piece, so you always know this is the last piece of the puzzle. Basically, all you're going to do is screw the little ends into the big hollow end pieces here, and you're just going to do that for all three pieces, and that's pretty much how you assemble your cleaning rod. So now that we have our cleaning rod assembled, what we did is we put the shotgun adapter into the end of the cleaning rod, and now we're going to attach our wire brush. Now the wire brush goes first because it's great for breaking down the not only the soft dust that might be in there, but as well as the hard caked on stuff that you may not see. And it's just a great thing to do. Now, periodically, you only have to clean your shotgun maybe 1 to 300 shells. If you just went out and did some clay shooting and you burned through like 5 boxes, and it was like, a state or like Rio, probably a good idea to clean your gun because that's some dirty stuff. So yeah, you're going to want to use the wire brush first. Now that you got the wire brush attached, what you're going to do is you're going to take the wire brush piece and you're going to stick it in the top of the barrel, and you're going to run it through the length of the barrel and out the other side, maybe about 10 times, back and forth. That's usually good, 10 to 20, I would say. You don't want to be excessive with it, because then you could scratch up the inner workings of the barrel. But, to really get it good, depending on how much shooting you've done, I recommend probably 10 to 20 strokes. So now that you've done your 10 to 20 strokes through the barrel with your wire brush, what you're going to want to use next is your soft bristle brush. So what this is going to do, it's going to collect all the dust that was in there, and it's just going to collect it in this brush here. As you can see, when I got this brush, it was almost white. Now it's very, very dirty. You're just going to attach it to the end piece here. Like I said, I like to put a little bit of the Hoppe's No. 9 gun bore cleaner in it, because that definitely helps pick up a little bit, and it also cleans the inside of the barrel while you're doing it. So if you just want to throw a little bit of that on there, I definitely recommend it. So then next, you're going to do the same exact thing that you did with the wire brush. You're just going to stick it through the top here, and you're probably going to do 10 to 20 strokes through the whole length of the barrel. It's really up to you, depending on how much shooting you've done. But, as much as you consciously think you need to. But I usually recommend 10 to 20. Alright, so now that you've ran the soft bristle brush down there, what you're going to want to do now is put on your plastic patch adapter and take one of your patches and kind of lubricate it with some of your cleaning stuff. I'm going to use my Hoppe's Elite spray. You can also use your Hoppe's No. 9 gun bore cleaner. If you don't have the Hoppe's Elite, I really do recommend this stuff because it has no odor and it comes in spray form, which honestly makes it so much more convenient. But like I said, if you don't have this, you can still use the Hoppe's No. 9 gun bore stuff. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take it here and do a couple spritzes, and just, kind of rub it around, make sure it gets on there good. And you're going to want to fold the patch probably once or twice, and you're just going to feed it through this little piece here. It's hollow in the middle, so you should be able to just feed it right through. So now that you got your patch fed through the adapter, what you're going to do is do the same exact thing. You're just going to run it through the length of the barrel. Probably, I would recommend 5 to 6 different patches with the gun cleaning stuff on them. Like I said, it really depends on how much shooting you've done since the last time you cleaned your gun. You know your shotgun better than I know your shotgun, so it's really up to you, but I recommend 5 to 6 wet patches with the cleaner on it, and then probably 2 to 3 dry patches, just to make sure that you get all the guck and soot out of there, and you get all the cleaner out of there as well, because you don't want that stuck in there as well, because when that cakes on, it can affect the way the shotgun shoots. So you just want to make sure you run a couple dry patches through there as well. So next we are on to the actual receiver itself, the internals of the receiver. As you can see, it looks like this is dirty, but it's actually not. I keep this in pretty good condition, but it's 25 years of wear and tear. What are you going to do? So what I do to keep this clean is I just take my Hoppe's Elite stuff and I spray it directly onto that, and I take a paper towel or even patches if you have a few to spare, and I just rub it down. And I also spray it on the inside here, and just rub that down as well. Don't be afraid to get in there and just wipe it down. Last step before you're almost finished, all you're going to want to do is just make sure that you lubricate all the moving parts. I like to lubricate the internal receiver. I also like to put a dot here and on the other side of the slide itself, because that's probably the most, if not the most important part of the shotgun, especially if it's a pump, because it's what makes it go. So you're going to want to make sure that you keep that lubricated. So just, you don't need a whole lot, just just a dot here and a dot there, and then just run the action a few times. Same thing here, just a dot here and maybe a dot there, and just run the action a few times. Just make sure it gets into the internals, keeps all the moving parts lubricated, just like a well-oiled machine. So now you're pretty much done the cleaning portion. So the next step would be to put the shotgun back together. So you're going to want to half rack the shotgun again so that the receiver somewhat looks like this, because it helps get the barrel in again. And you're going to stick the end piece of the barrel back into the main piece of the receiver. And once that lines up, you're just going to screw that back into the feed tube. So once you've done that, everything's back together. It's all screwed back in. I would run the action a few times just to make sure that everything's working the way it properly should. But pump shotguns are pretty simplistic. They're really easy to take apart, and they're really easy to put together. That's why they were invented. And there's not a whole lot of moving parts, so there's not a whole lot that can go wrong with them. They've definitely been great firearms since their conception, and they will continue to be in modern firearm sales throughout today. So that's it. You basically just cleaned your shotgun. I would periodically do it. Like I said, 100 to 300 shells. And, even if you don't take the shotgun out that often and it just sits in your gun safe, maybe every 3 months, just pull it out, give it a good lubrication, maybe just a quick run through with your cleaning supplies. You don't want it to get rusted inside the barrel on the internals and get pits in it and things like that, because that'll ruin your shotgun. And guns are an investment. Firearms are an investment, and it's something that you want to pass down. Like I said, this is the first gun that my father ever bought himself with his own money when he was about my age, and then he gave it to me. So it definitely means something to me, and I want to keep it around. So that's why I keep it clean, and I make sure that it's always running properly. And I still use this shotgun today. I still use it for all my skeet shoots and my clay shoots. I've even taken it duck hunting a few times and killed a few ducks with it. So it's still a great, old Mossberg pump. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked this video and the content that we're putting out, just be sure to give us a like and subscribe. We're new here to YouTube. This is our first YouTube video. So it might have been a little rough looking at first, but, we're going to be getting better and we're going to be learning. So we're just going to be putting out more content. We're trying to get our website off the ground right now. We're doing a cool promotion where the first 500 people to sign up actually get a free Punisher patch. So if you want to go check that out, that's really cool too. It's called edwtactical.com, and we're going to link to that in the description. Basically, our motto is we want to bring tactical gear to the everyday warrior. People that just go out every day trying to be the best they can, and people who really have an affinity for tactical gear. So if you like this video, like I said, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Go check us out on social media. We got a lot of great content over there, and we're going to continue to try to put out great content on YouTube. This was Mitchell King with EDW Tactical, and thanks for watching.